Welcome for our RTL online trainings. Whenever we are attending for interviews, sometimes they'll ask you in global HR module, how will you capture the employee contacts information? When I say employee contacts, like father name, mother name, sister or spouse or emergency contact or guardian name, these details. So generally we'll hire an employee from Navigator and we'll go to my client groups and we'll go for a new person. Which role is required? Human resource specialist. That is the job role required to hire an employee. So whenever we go for hire an employee, we will find here 5 tabs. Identification details we will find, and then person information we are going to find here. Identification details, person information, employment information, compensation and other information, and finally we'll go for review the employee details and go for submit. Okay, so in person information we are going to capture that info, the details, employee contacts information. Okay, so instead of just telling that in person information tab will capture that. So when we are hiring an employee, we'll capture the information about identification, person, employment, compensation details, and finally we'll go for review. In these 5 tabs, we'll go to person information, and there we'll capture home address, that's mandatory. Then after that, phone numbers, email IDs, and legislation information. After that, we'll capture the passport information and then citizenship and any visas or permits. There we will capture the employee contacts information. Let me show you. I'm just trying to hire an employee for US1 legal entity. Identification details, I'm going to specify social security number here. When we go for person information tab, we'll be finding the details here. Here, home address, this is mandatory. We are supposed to specify the home address. After that, we will go for phone details. It's optional, not mandatory. Then we will find email details. Email details also is optional, not mandatory. We can capture the primary details like primary phone number, primary email details. We can go for capture here. It is only home address is mandatory. If we look at here, country name, we got address and all. By default, we are getting the country called United States because in identification details, we have selected our legal employer, which is registered in United States, right? And home address is fine. And then phone details, email, legislation information means which country, marital status, and the highest level of education. These details we are going to capture. Legislative information. Then we'll find like citizenship and visa, passport details. We are going to capture here. We'll find citizenship, passport, and then visas and permits details will be captured over here. And then whenever we go for contacts, this contact type we are going to select. When I say I would like to contact my father details over here, then we can choose the parent information. We can capture brother, child, sister, spouse, like all this information can be captured. Select contact type as parent here. Statutory dependent, yes. I'm going to specify. If he is working as a particular job, we can specify here. And contact information, if needed, can be entered over here. And click next button. This is how we will go for capture the contacts information here for an employee. Okay. So, for example, we want to capture the employee educational information, like have you completed 10th class and plus 2 and graduation, post-graduation, any doctorate, which university you have completed, and how about the documentation, which year you have completed, how much percentage. Those all details will be captured in another module. We have talent management module. So in talent management module, there is a module called profile management. Talent management is basically a group of 5 modules. Out of that, there is a module called profile management module. There we will be able to capture those details, employee educational details, language details, certification details, prices information, competencies information. This all will capture in that module. Okay. So this is one of the important question which we will expect. Where do we capture employee context details into the application? So while hiring an employee in the person information tab, in the last region, we will find first region is home address, second is phone number, third an email, legislative information, visas, permits, and citizenship and passport details. Finally, we will find the context type information we are going to find out. Okay, thank you.